Bulgaria is facing a grave crisis to the south of its border. Many fear that the Greek crisis would hit our markets too. Visiting AUBG, Bulgaria's Minister for the Energy, Economics and Tourism, Traicho Traikov, said that expectations are that Greek capital would flow out of the country through the banking sector. Such fears were well-founded, as about one-third of the banks in Bulgaria are Greek-owned. This is Emporiki Bank. It has 100% of Greek ownership. Piraeus Bank, Greece's fourth largest lender, has 2.5% of its assets owned by the Greek state, which is close to default right now. This is Alpha Bank. Only 29% of it are coming from foreign investments. The rest of the shares are in the hands of Greek nationals and institutions. Right across the road from Alpha Bank Blagoevgrad stands another Greek venture, Postbank, part of EFG Group Ergasias. The group consists of various holdings, which ultimately are all owned by EFG. Senior analyst for the Open Society Institute, Georgi Angelov, has commented that for now nothing fatal has happened to Greek banks in Bulgaria. The real problem for Bulgaria, however, is elsewhere. Citing a study on Bulgaria's economy made by Ernst & Young, Minister Traikov said.
This means that we have a bit of a problem with the perception, and the perception of Bulgaria has not been good.
Junior analyst for the Balkan investment consulting agency, Renata Dimitrova, linked the current negative perception of Bulgaria to the Greek crisis and said those negative perceptions lead to diminished investment attractiveness of the country.
The FDI for February in Bulgaria decreased to negative levels, and of course I would definitely attribute this to the financial crisis.
Although the grave situation in Greece bodes no good for Bulgaria and its credibility on international financial markets, it is a fact that the southwest region of the country has actually benefited from the crisis. Data from the National Statistical Institute shows a greater amount of Greek tourists coming into Bulgaria in search of lower prices. Many businesses are also reallocating now that Greek VAT tax would be increased to 25%. For instance, in Blagoevgrad, a new fast food chain, Shot Food, opened just 2 months ago. Its owner, Mr. Christos Leopoulos, said he intends to open second place in Sofia. Greek businesses advertise in Bulgaria in search for customers too. Maria Kintsaki is an owner of a hotel near Thessaloniki. This is her office in Blagoevgrad. She says that she often has Bulgarian customers and the crisis is not as big as they portray it on TV. According to Georgi Angelov, the Greek crisis can lead Bulgaria in two opposite directions. We can either regain the international trust by sticking to sound financial policy and not having to borrow, or alternatively, follow the bad neighbor's example. Which path will we take? Angelov's answer is, it depends.